Previously on Christmas Spirit.
He woke up in a hospital, all dizzy and woozy. What had happened? You crashed into another car because you were texting, he remembered. Hello, I'm Dr. Michelle. Good news, you didn't need a surgery, but you have whiplash. I'm going to prescribe you with some ibuprofen, which I mentioned earlier. Take one pill every other day and only one pill. Well, that was a big delay. I might as well just go home, he thought dejectedly. The next day, Richard arose earlier than usual to go to Walmart. Thankfully, there was no car crash this time. He asked Randy beforehand to see what his daughter liked. He came out of Walmart with a spirograph set and a generous box of Ferrero Rocher in hand. He felt warm inside. That was a feeling he definitely didn't get often, but it felt good. He sort of understood what Christmas spirit felt like. Giving and not getting, spending time with those whom you're close to, spreading the spirit. As the days passed, Richard surprisingly kept in his cheerful spirit. It burns like a never-ending flame, even on the cold and bitter winter nights. At last, Christmas Eve arrived. Richard nervously knocked on the door of his brother's house, hoping that perhaps Randy would let Richard start fresh with him and his family. He hoped they never noticed Richard's ignorance before. To Richard's relief, they never did notice. Now he had an opportunity to start over again and show off the newer, more cheerful Richard. He couldn't lose this chance. If he did, then his thoughts were interrupted by the sound of a door swinging open. At the door, he was welcomed warmly by Randy's wife, Naomi. "Come on in," she said merrily. He stepped in and greeted everyone. Richard had a great time at his brother's house. He got up to date with his brother Randy. He found out from Florence that they got a cat. He listened to Randy's wife about what a hassle it was to put up all the Christmas decorations, mostly by herself. Richard felt that his bond with his brother's family had grown stronger than before, with the kickstart of Christmas Eve to boost his bonds with them. He found himself laughing, smiling more often, and appreciating his family, unlike before. It was a joyful night, better than any other, until someone awfully familiar showed up. The door swung open, and that ruthless hag who spoiled Richard's once peaceful Friday a week ago was now here, at his brother's doorstep. Richard's Christmas spirit dissolved like salt in warm water. What the heck? What did she want to ruin now? The hag cackled. "Did you enjoy your time with Florence?" she asked innocently, as if she had never spoken to Richard before. Richard got up and slammed the door in the hag's face, his breath shallow. "Why did the door just open by itself? And Richard, are you okay?" asked Naomi. Richard didn't have enough breath to answer. Then Florence started to hyperventilate. Richard, Randy, and Naomi cried in alarm at the same second, rushing to Florence's aid. Almost immediately, the hyperventilating stopped, soon replaced by the hag's creepy voice, speaking in rhyme couplets. "You've enjoyed your time with Florence, I see. Aren't you glad I made that prophecy? I made it so you wouldn't just spend your time alone. You spent it with your family, instead of turning into stone. My job here is done, so I won't bother you anymore. You've had a change of heart and mind. Now I'm out the door. Now you know what the spirit's like, even though it feels new. So spread the spirit throughout the seasons, and Merry Christmas to you." Florence gasped and fell unconscious. Naomi and Randy checked to make sure she was breathing. The couple discussed about the situation in hushed voices. Richard blinked. On one hand, the lady's voice didn't seem so creepy. On the other hand, she only creeped him out just so he could spend more time with his family? It sort of didn't make sense, but at the same time, it did. Maybe she was just teaching him a lesson. Well, if she was, then Richard certainly did learn something. His shoulders and neck seemed to relax, the tension dissipating. Even the whiplash seemed to fade away. Richard gently rested his hand on his shoulder, relieved of the burden being lifted.
"Richard,"
a voice said. It was Randy. It was only then that he realized it was Randy whose hand was on Richard's shoulder, and not Richard's own hand.
"Richard, what was Florence talking about? She was saying things, but I couldn't hear it."
Richard hesitated for a moment. Should he tell Randy? Was it worth telling? Richard said, scratching his neck nervously. Was it too weird to tell them that the mysterious lady was basically the reason for Richard's spirit? He decided to avoid it, just in case. Well, he started. I couldn't hear it either, he lied. He pointed to Florence. Will Florence be okay? He asked.
Yes,
Randy responded. He smiled as Florence regained consciousness and Naomi hugged her gently.
she'll be just fine.
Epilogue. 2 days later. December 26th. I'm telling you, Florence was possessed. I swear, her eyes were a different color than normal.
Whoa, so cool! Being possessed is what I want to be when I grow up. Richard, a bad influence you are. Florence, don't listen to your uncle. I want to be an influence when I grow up.
Florence, dear, that's not... I'm telling you...
No.
Oh, Richard, you know it doesn't hurt to do a checkup. Oh, but it does. You see, it's Boxing Day. This will hurt our clocks from waiting this long. We don't actually need to do this.
Florence is good to go. There doesn't appear to be anything wrong. Are you sure? I don't think speaking without sound and then going unconscious right after is normal. All right, I'll double check then. Dr. Mack?
Yeah?
Can you check Florence here? 2 days ago she hyperventilated and then fell unconscious.
Nothing. You two. Yeah, Florence is fine. That event must have been weird, but there doesn't seem to be any medical reasoning for it.
Told ya.
What?
Ugh, fine. Yay! I was possessed!
Well, I finally finished the video after almost 4 months. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and press on the cowbell for notifications. In the meanwhile, stay safe, y'all.